The most important thing you could do for yourself as you begin to expand your bookkeeping business is to grow your team. Having the right people on your team at the right time is going to go a long way in helping you. In one of my recent videos, I talked about how I personally grew my team, and the first two hires that I did for me were the video editor and the virtual assistant. So I had a request from a person in the audience asking me to please make a video about where and when to hire a VA and a video editor and what value do they provide to me. So this video is about that. It will be relevant to you if you are at the stage where you're trying to hire the right people for your team. So in my particular instance, I've talked about this a couple of times. Growing from 0 to 100 and then from 100 and above that, I had to grow the team. And for me, the first two hires were the VA and the video editor. So the when you want to hire depends on a lot of factors. And so I've made this little chart here, which I'm pretty sure you have seen before. But basically the chart, it's a prioritization matrix that's supposed to help you to decide if you actually need somebody to come on or not. And so you need to look at what is the core of your business. In my business as an accountant / bookkeeper, the core of my business is providing accounting and bookkeeping services to my clients. That is what is the most valuable use of my time. That is what makes the most money for my business. And so everything that relates to the core of the business and making the business to go forward, those are the things that I should be focusing on. However, in running the business, there are lots of other things that need to be done. In my case, I do my podcast, I do videos, I do my social media stuff. And in order to do the podcast and all, I needed to book guests. And so booking guests is important for the business, but it's not the core of the business. So those are things that need to be done, but didn't need to be done by me. And so at the moment where you find that you are starting to do so much more of the things that are not the core of your business, that is a time when you need to think, I need to get somebody in to do some of these things. And so for me, I basically listed out the tasks that needed to be done and put them into those different categories. And for me, I wanted to see, where am I spending a lot of my time? And where should I be spending the most of my time? Where is the most valuable place for me to be spending my time? And so I'll just briefly explain this chart right here. Most often, as entrepreneurs, we are stuck in this place here, in the urgent. Not everything that is urgent is actually important. So when you look at this, these are the things that are urgent and important, and these are the things that are urgent but not important. It's very easy to get stuck in this place of doing the things that are urgent but not important. You want to be here. For the most impact, you want to be at this stage. However, in order to get here, these other things still need to be done. But it's only when you have identified the things that then you can decide, who do I need to hire? So as an accountant / bookkeeper, you are always going to be getting sales taxes, let's say. Let me make it broader. So not just sales taxes, but you're going to have tax filing. Tax filing for your clients, remittances, monthly bookkeeping, all of those things. These are things that are urgent and need to be done now. If you haven't created a system that allows you to be doing it on a periodic basis, that will not fall into the urgent category. So depending on how you have systematized your business, depending on how you organize your stuff, those things will fall into different categories. You need to look for yourself and see what it is that is happening in your business. In my case, the question is specifically about me, but you're going to learn from this. In my case, the things that I was doing that did not need to be done by me: video editing. This video editing, there was booking guests for my podcast. Before even booking the guests, you have to do research, right? Find the guest. So it's outreach. Find the guest. You got to find the guest. You got to send the email to the guest. You got to book the guest. You got to confirm. You got to schedule. All of those little things that need to be done, but can be done by somebody else on your team. Those are the things that once I identified for me, I said, you know what? I need to, first of all, the first thing I want to get rid of, because I'm not trying to become a better video editor. I have no interest in becoming good at video editing. I do it if it's necessary. So the first thing for me was to get rid of this. So once I got rid of this job, which comes to the where did I find my editor? But once I identified that I needed to get somebody to do this, the next thing was for me to go and find them. So this, and so many other things that were being done did not need to be done by me. Creating thumbnails for my videos, doing research on other things all related to creating content and all of this. So many things that once you start to list them, you basically need to look at yourself and see, where am I spending my time on a daily basis? Where am I spending my time on a weekly basis? And those things that I'm actually spending my time on, is that the best use of my time? And if it's not, is it something that I need to stop doing altogether? Or is it something that needs to be done and I can find somebody to do it? And so the dilemma usually is, well, you don't have enough money to pay somebody to do this. But the reason you don't have enough money is because you will stop doing these things when you should be doing these things here. And so the goal is to get somebody else who's going to take care of this so that you can go over here. So first you do this. There are lots of other things that you're probably doing that don't need to be done. Now again, it depends on what your business is like. For me, there were certain things as part of this role here that I was doing that also needed that did not need to be done at all. And so I stopped them. And so I don't want to go too deep into what I was doing, but I want you to take this and apply it to yourself and see, what are the things that nobody really cares about, but I'm doing them? Maybe you have a set of reports, for example, that you always send to your clients. Do they even look at those reports? Maybe you have some things that you've been doing out of habit. Let's say you're into social media and stuff, and you do, let's say like me when I was doing the podcasting. There could be different designs for a post. Let's say there is a new podcast episode coming out, and I want to promote the podcast episode. I'll probably do 2 or 3 different covers talking about the same thing. Like, that's not necessary. It's easier to do certain clips of it. And again, this is going into the details and the nitty-gritty of it. But you need to identify for yourself, what can I give to somebody else to do? What do I need to stop doing altogether? And if you have enough of these things, you will know whether you should get 1 person or 2 people, or you're gonna know what to get. Well, these things need to be taken care of because they're urgent, they're time sensitive. It's got a huge impact if you don't do it now. But this is where you wanna be. So you want to free yourself such that you can go and do those things. Now to the where. So the when is this information. As to the where, I use Upwork. Upwork is a place where I personally found a video editor and a virtual assistant. And there is a way to do hiring right. A lot of times you're going to get people that are not good for your business or not good for your team. If you don't do this right, you will spend your time on hiring and sorting through robot applications, because there are a lot of people that just automate their application process. So there is a method to doing Upwork right that's going to help you get the right people for your business. You filter them out at the stage of hiring. That way you only get to quote unquote interview the people that you actually want to work with. And the value, I spoke about it already. Having these people on my team frees up my time so that my time can be spent on the things that bring long-term value. So for example, doing this video right now, it's a far better use of my time than editing the videos. Because doing the videos, I am the brand, I am the face of the company, I have to do the videos. But anybody else can do what is done after that, including uploading the videos and stuff like that. When it comes to your business, you might not be involved in any of those things that I've talked about. So you have to identify for yourself, what do I need in my business? And like I mentioned in the previous video, for most bookkeepers and accountants, it's going to be an accounting technician that you need, or a data entry clerk. Those are the people that you need first on your team before even getting to anything else. Hope this was valuable to you. If you have a question, put it in the comments below. I'll do my best to create a video to answer it, and I'll feature you somewhere on the screen in a future video.